Hey, welcome to Monterey's Cooking. John Pisto with Drew Nieporent from New York City, folks.
Hey, Big John.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you, John.
Really, welcome.
Thanks for having me here.
Welcome to the program.
It's good to be here.
Folks, we're very, very honored to have Drew on the program today. You know, he's been called the greatest restaurateur in the United States, and that was by, I believe, New York Times.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know where they got that survey, though.
But, well, I'll tell you,
one of many, I think, John.
A real honor.
Thank you
you
very
have
much.
some great restaurants.
Yeah.
You know, they're and what's impressed me the most is they're all different.
Thank you.
They're not the same.
Yeah.
Just, you know, that takes a lot of work. I'm in the business, and I know, boy, hey, you're a real Superman in this industry.
I appreciate you being so nice. New York's a tough town, and
bet.
to distinguish yourself, you have to have. You know, they talk about the steak and the sizzle. Well, we need both.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hurt that your friend Robert De Niro is our partner
Yes.
in a lot of those restaurants.
How's Bob doing?
Bob, you know, he's hanging in there. In fact, he's going to come out west. He's just finished a movie out here in Los Angeles with Dustin Hoffman. But you know, one of his specialties is, I think, something you're about to prepare today.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking over there and I'm seeing, that's not New York pigeon, is it?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, that's a good-looking bird there.
Now, but you know, today I thought we
There's
had
some foul play going on
This
here.
will be a foul dinner. Literally. What we're going to try today is we've got squab, or better known as New York pigeon. Is that what you said?
Not Central Park, I hope.
Okay, we've got pigeon, or excuse me, squab, and I got some quail out.
Yeah, beautiful.
Now, these are semi-boned,
Those are nice.
and I've got some dove that we
That's
brought
very
from
unusual for me to see that. You see that?
Mexico.
Wow.
And these, look how red that meat is.
That's amazing.
You know, and these we're only eating on. See, we're shooting these out of the fields with that had corn and sesame seeds.
Is that right?
Yeah, so this should be quite interesting.
I see you marinated with kumquats.
Well, we marinated with
red
some
wine.
a little red wine, a
Beautiful.
lot of vinegar, some thyme.
That should give a
and,
great flavor.
This should be just delicious, and you know, we eat these rare.
Okay.
Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll maybe put a little vegetable with this. We'll play around. So let's get started.
And
And,
I also see you
yes.
got the best looking mushrooms I've ever seen.
Oh, well,
and also some cactus and some hot peppers there. Ooh,
You
look
know,
at that.
isn't that a beauty?
Wow.
Now these are the mushrooms.
That's fantastic.
See, this stains. This is a normal color for this.
That almost looks like chanterelle color, you know, that
It does.
beautiful hue.
Absolutely
We have a
does.
restaurant in New York, Chanterelle, where they took the color of the mushroom, and that's the whole
Very
wall
nice.
motif. So
Yeah, it's beautiful
gorgeous,
color.
yes.
This is called a
like
staining
an amber
agaricus.
hue. What is it called?
A staining agaricus.
Is that on your apron?
Yeah, I'm sure it is somewhere here. Here's a chanterelle.
There you go. See what I mean? It's almost the same color.
It's right on. Look at that.
Beautiful, huh?
No.
Oh, these are wonderful.
So
They look
we'll do
great.
some of these.
You get shiitakes here in Monterey?
We have growers that are very close here. Yeah. In fact, we did a program a few months ago on the growing of shiitake and oyster mushrooms.
Oh, really? Very popular now.
Very popular. At one time, very expensive. And if you notice, the mushrooms, the prices are all coming down on them now. So everyone can experience them. And, you know, they're not hard to cook. You can cook them just like you do regular mushrooms. But the flavors are so different.
Very versatile,
you know?
too. You can serve it with fish, you can serve it with meat, you can serve it in
Absolutely.
a salad.
That's what we do.
Great stuff.
Yeah. Drew, I'm going to have you.
Put me to work, John.
Okay, here we
I'm
go,
ready to
folks. Man, it's nice to be with an expert, huh?
Oh, no.
We're going to have some fun. I'm sure you don't see many of these guys.
No, we don't grow this in
Okay.
New York. Wow,
All right.
look at that.
Folks from back east, let me tell you what this is. This
That
is
lily pond?
this is a, they call it
Cactus,
nopales or cactus. All right.
Beautiful.
This is
Who's the one who took out all the...
Mario, our
Mario,
technician. Thank you for
very
doing
much.
that. Now, if you have any of these in your yard, folks, don't go out and grab one because they're full of these little stickers, and these will really get you.
I think I saw them on the way in. You have a few in the front door there.
I've got a bunch of them. But I'm going to have you dice those up for
Okay.
me.
Now, how do you cut it long or just
Cut them,
like a dice?
cut them in strips and then cut
And
them
then
into
we'll
little
dice
dice.
them. Okay, beautiful,
And we'll
perfect.
get that going. I'm going to give you this
Okay.
pan, and I'm going to give you some other stuff to use.
right.
I'm going to give you a couple of shallots.
There we go.
And let me give you some space here.
Thank you.
All right. And I think if we're going to put something else with it, I think some onion would be just great with
These
it.
things are very tender, aren't they?
Yeah. You know, if you taste them raw, they're quite good. They have a flavor that's not unlike green beans or
really?
even peppers. Yeah.
And we spend a lot of money on haricot vert, you know, those beautiful thin...
Well, you know, there's
French
a company
beans.
now that are pickling these, and they're using them for martinis, or excuse me, they're using them for the
I think
margaritas.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Nice, huh?
Very nice.
That
Good
company's
idea.
right here. I think I'm just going to butterfly this. So
Oh, you're
I'm gonna just cut this off
You
here.
know, we sell so much pigeon in our restaurants,
Really?
especially Monterey.
Uh-huh.
Most people don't realize it's such a tender meat and it's very elegant, and we serve it in all different fashions.
Wow.
Sometimes people are squeamish a little bit, but once they try it, they love it.
Well, Drew, I think as people travel more,
Right.
they become more sophisticated, and everyone's going to Europe nowadays, and
That's right. A lot of
eating
people
here.
travel.
So they're starting to be exposed to some of these what we think are exotics, and to them are exotic.
Right.
But they come home and then they see it on the menus and they say, "Geez, we had that in France, or we had this in Italy. Let's try it here."
I'll tell you what, though. You're going to Europe now, and of course, I just opened a restaurant in London. I opened a Japanese place.
Wow.
Prices are insane.
Really? What's the
Yeah.
dinner cost there?
Oh, you're going to pay $100 a head in any kind of a good restaurant. Easily, Jen.
Folks,
Believe me.
God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless America.
No, it's the real fact. In San Francisco, where we have Rubicon, and obviously in New York, where we have the majority of our restaurants, you're never going to get better value dining in the world
Yep.
than those two major cities.
That's,
for the
folks,
price.
Right.
People
Absolutely right.
value dining. You're going to find it much better in the States than in
Yep.
France now. You go to a 3-star restaurant, you're going to spend $500 for a couple
Is
with a
that
modest
right?
bottle of wine.
With a modest bottle of wine.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case.
Wow.
So
Gee.
that's why we're so happy to be in New York opening restaurants. But I'll tell you what, we have a restaurant now in London, so it's exciting because it's a wonderful community there. They have Marco Pierre White, who's the youngest 3-star Michelin chef in the world.
Oh, my.
And he has a great restaurant. And he's never traveled out of London. He's never been to France, and he's never been to the States.
I read about him in the
Very
Spectator.
interesting guy. Yeah, the last issue has a big article. He likes cigars, by the way?
Oh, yeah. I've been known to smoke out of one once in a while.
Of course, in New York now, you're not allowed to smoke in the restaurants, but we just opened a club, what we call the City Wine and Cigar. And we have a wonderful chef there by the name of Patricia Williams, and we're doing food of cigar-producing countries.
I read about
Cuba,
it.
Nicaragua,
Listen to this,
Jamaica.
folks. Very, very
Not
interesting.
bad, right?
Now, Jamaican, so it'd be Jamaican, Cuban,
Cuban, Nicaragua, a lot of that Latino influence.
Canaries.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
You got great cigars. out of it.
Dominican Republic, of course, so. Did I do all right here, John?
Absolutely fantastic. Why don't you maybe
put a little olive oil in
a big plate and we'll put them in there. When we come back, we can continue cooking this beautiful food for you. Now we're doing a nice combination. Now I'm going to roast some corn.
Wow.
Now you see what I'm going to do? Look, I rub it with a little oil.
Oh, great.
Put it on here and let that cook real good. Now with the pigeon, I'm just going to brown it a bit, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven, Drew.
Okay.
So we can try to bring all this stuff up together.
Great idea. Now, you're going
See
to
how
roast
nice
the
this
pigeon
Yeah.
medium rare? Is that the way you
Yes.
serve it? Now,
Yeah.
you're like a French chef when you're roasting that piece, because the French say you have to roast on the bone. A lot of times in New York, we'll take the pigeon off the bone, but the bones have the flavor.
Absolutely. It's like steak.
Yep.
The best ones are the rib steak.
Oof, you're right about that.
Okay, I'm going to take this off. This goes right in the oven. Okay. Now, I'll help you get some more vegetables ready.
Right.
You can chop these up. I can get these out of your way. And we'll do some of this corn. It'll be fun. It's a color. And let's put this in there too, okay? This is that real unusual. They call this the alligator. No, they don't. They call this the chayote. Chayote. And chayote are very much like a squash. In fact, I believe they are a squash. And these don't even have to be peeled. And you could dice them also, it would be fine. Okay, let's get, the next thing is going to be some quail. And the quail I think I'm going to do here, let's talk about the pigeon a little bit. Now these are the pigeons that got the shot in them, so we got to be careful.
Ooh, good.
So let's put it right into that hot. Now I've marinated these. Oh, these are the doves. These have been marinated. And
So you don't have to cook those that much, right?
no, these I'm just gonna brown them, and then the last minute we'll put them in the oven to finish them off.
Okay.
And these are great. Have you ever had jumping doves? These are...
Never had that. I
Never had
tell you. Those are great.
Good.
I'm excited about trying that.
Something different for you to taste then. And a little here, a little there. Okay.
Those are looking beautiful.
Aren't they looking nice?
So I noticed they took the skin off of those, huh?
Well, these, when they're shot, they breast them,
They clean them, huh?
as they're called. And, but like I said, it still has a shot in them, so you got to be real careful. And you like to cook at home, I understand.
I love food, but I'll tell you the truth, I let my wife do most of the cooking because she's a good cook, and even her father, from Sicily, they do. All the men love to cook. I think you might attest to that, John.
That's true.
So
Sicilians love to cook. They all think they're great chefs too.
Oh yeah.
Some of them are. Some of them aren't.
Well, actually, love to cook pasta at home.
Yeah. What's your favorite pasta dish?
Oh, there's a Sicilian dish that you make with the sardines and the finocchio. Yeah, the bucatini.
Oh boy.
It's very rich, very delicious.
You like that, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty different. That's a tough dish.
Oh, it is.
Made right, it's delicious. You can make that with fresh anchovies too,
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I haven't met a noodle I didn't like.
Now,
I love pasta.
Speaking of noodles,
Yeah.
didn't you open up a noodle shop now?
Yeah, we're working on a place that we're calling Nobu's Noodles because the Japanese, of course, are famous for the udon and the soba noodles. And so that's going to be a project that we're working on right now.
Wow.
But we actually sell quite a bit even at Nobu Restaurant now. So.
Wow.
Well, those look great.
They look nice.
So now, should I get the vegetables going?
As soon as I finish this,
alrighty.
Then we could, because that's going to cook real quick. Maybe we should put a little tomato in there.
Turn these things a little bit.
Those cooking a little bit. Yeah, we just want
nice
them.
Marking.
Just want them to do just a bit. Boy, this smells like it's ready to eat already.
And chayote would work great in a salad, huh?
Yes, it would.
Very refreshing.
Oh boy, that's hot.
Wow.
But geez, so you like that pasta gusardi?
Oh, the pasta gusardi, pappardelle.
Farfadelli.
Malfatti pastas. I don't throw anything away, so. We have a chef at Zeppeli, our Italian restaurant, by the name of Frank Crispo, who makes a carrot pasta stuffed with crab meat, and it's to die for. That sweetness with the crab meat.
Carrot pasta with crab.
Wonderful stuff.
Real good. Okay, I think we got a little crud.
Okay.
Just here. I'll break them.
That makes it easier.
Then just cut them down that way.
Want me to just de-ear them?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, when we come back, we're going to continue cooking this feast, Fowl feast.
So we did a few vegetables here.
Nice, huh? Good. Looks good.
These mushrooms look really
aren't they
good.
Nice?
Fantastic.
Yeah, cut them up in nice chunks there. And what I'm going to do, you got olive oil there, Drew.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my grill, which works so good for quail. Geez, go real quickly. And we got a nice combination of vegetables. Folks, use anything you like. We're just using what we have, and anything works. And grilled vegetables would have been nice. This does some great job for grilling.
I'll tell you what, it really gives it a nice score.
Yeah, it does.
Makes it look like it came right off of a barbecue.
Doesn't it though? Really? So you live in the city now, Drew, or you moved outside?
Well, we have all the restaurants in New York are obviously in what we call the lower part of Manhattan. But my family now resides in a beautiful part of the lovely state of New Jersey.
Oh, really? Boy. It's true what they say about the tomatoes there, I'll tell you that.
Oh, they got good tomatoes,
Aren't they the
sure.
best? God.
So now, John, we're going to do a little mixture of vegetable.
Put
we
them
got
in
that
there.
cactus, and look at this.
Go ahead, just throw them in.
All righty. Wow, that's great.
Put the mushrooms in now, too.
Sure.
everything. Boy, that's
do
beautiful.
a little saute.
Mushrooms, and we'll do the garlic.
That's what I call a mélange.
It's a mélange of
A
vegetables.
mélange.
Okay, sauce is ready.
I'm going to put a little garlic in there, John.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of garlic.
All righty.
So So does being that your in-laws are Sicilian,
Yes.
do they? I gotta pull the squab out. Woo, that's done. They grow a lot of their own vegetables in the summertime.
Oh yeah, actually my father-in-law is a wonderful gardener. He's got a great gardener.
Tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
Eggplant. No.
You better believe it. Oh yeah, sure. Melanzane.
Melanzane. And what else? Basil? Can you do basil?
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
The zucchinis grow quite large, actually. You should see them, giants. And sometimes we get them for the restaurants.
No kidding.
Oh yeah.
Jeez. You could add hot pepper. We could.
Let's put a pinch in there.
Maybe a little bit more oil.
I'll put a little more garlic in there also, if you don't mind.
No.
Oh, a little butter never hurt either.
I slipped a little in there on the side, just for flavor.
There we go.
See how nice these look?
I love that.
Huh?
Look at that.
Look at that.
Did you season that with some special spice?
Yeah, I use my own spice.
Oh.
That's it's an all-around that I use for my steaks. And because we used it so much that people asked for it, so now we're selling it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I like my steaks that have a crust on them on the outside, you know?
That's what gets it seared.
I mean, you got to have that.
That's what you need. Steak needs nice texture.
Yeah. Okay. And here's some pepper. I'll go ahead and do that for you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Oh, how about fava beans? You guys grow favas?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Fava beans, have been a big hit in New York.
Look how nice these cook.
These are going to be ready shortly.
Good. Yeah.
I see where the cactus really adds a beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
Look to that.
Looks good, doesn't it? You did a nice job on the tomatoes.
Like a thuffer and succotash. It's a real deluxe succotash, though.
You know, on wild game, I really like it to be rare or medium rare. I don't want it cold.
Yeah, no.
But look how pretty that looks.
Those are great. We sometimes stuff them with a little foie gras.
Yeah, I've done that.
You get foie gras here?
Oh, yeah.
Sonoma Valley?
Oh, yeah. One of our favorites.
Yeah.
I could eat that.
Yeah, the birds,
very
especially
delicious.
quail, is wonderful stuff.
Good one. Okay. Now the squab's out. You got the beautiful juice in there. Now these guys ought to be ready.
These look like they'll be ready to go.
Look at this.
We don't like them too crunchy, but we don't like them too soft. Ooh, look at that.
Okay, we're just gonna put let's let the syrup right in there.
Wow, that looks super. Well, you guys are a good shot.
Not bad. These are all headshots too.
Oh. You must have Joe Pesci on the trip with you.
Now you met Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci's a great guy.
Sicilian?
I think he might be. I think he might be. Very dear friend of Mr. De Niro's.
Gee.
And we just did a special meal based on Martin Scorsese's mother, Catherine's cookbook.
I read that,
Got a wonderful cookbook out, and we did a major meal for Marty and some of his friends the other night.
She just passed away too.
Yeah,
recently?
unfortunately. A wonderful woman, but she used to come to the restaurant and bring a pizza for me and then say, save a piece for Bob De Niro.
Honestly, how
Very nice of her.
That's nice. Everyone knows that's the lady in Goodfellas was Bob Pesci's.
Yeah, Joe Pesci's mama.
Pesci's mom.
Yeah. Right after they do the cutting of one thing, they do the eating of something else. So what do you think? A little more red pepper?
Absolutely.
That's a little bit.
I'm sure.
Okay. We just got a write-up in London yesterday. We got a nice write-up in the London paper for our restaurant.
Good.
So you want me to put that right down in the middle?
And then we're going to put the quail on there.
I'll tell you what, look at these vegetables.
Not bad.
See, you had asked me the difference between New York and...
That's good.
Sure. New York and the West Coast. The West Coast, you can't get vegetables like this in New York.
Gee.
You get them, you get everything, but it's a couple of days old. Oh, look at that.
We're just fooling around here.
Little petit kai.
These are so good. You know what? We don't appreciate these enough either.
No.
They should eat more of these.
Oh,
these are so good.
That is wonderful. But I'll tell you what, those little birds there and the pigeon, ooh. At the Monterey, my chef Chris Gesualdi makes that with a salad.
Ooh, that's good.
In fact, yeah, beautiful greens.
Okay, that's numero uno.
Asparagus.
Now, we would have done more vegetable, or different vegetable, but, we want to highlight the bird.
Yeah. Well, with all the vegetables in here, we could have actually kept them separate even if we wanted to. Yeah. But the mushrooms, I think, will be a perfect accompaniment.
That's pretty. There's a little bit of everything.
Look at that.
Almost looks springtime, doesn't it?
Do you like to cook with leeks, John?
Yes.
I love soft leeks.
Yes. You ever pickle them? Italians pickle them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, this is
Chicken, you
special.
said? What?
Chicken and leeks, almost like the water zooey that they make in Belgium,
No.
very special when the leeks are sweated and very soft.
Oh.
They're a milder onion,
Really?
Look at that. They look like they're in size places, ready to go to school.
I tell you, they're in, like they're in the army here.
I think I would love to eat at one of your restaurants.
Well, we just may be doing that. We may go for a tour after this, and it'll be fun. I'll guarantee you that.
Oh boy.
Okay, so here's quails in a row.
That's pretty.
Or no, dove in a row.
There we go.
And now, un poquito.
Some foul play has been going on here.
A lot of foul play.
No confusion.
This has been a real effort, a dual effort, folks.
This is East meets West, right? But no fusion, no confusion. They call it fusion cooking. I call it confusion sometimes. They don't know what they're making.
Look at
But you were asking about trends in restaurants.
Yes.
Don't you think airline food?
Oh boy. So, folks, I'm so glad Drew dropped by so I could cook all this beautiful stuff. But the best part is going to be enjoying it with this man.
Thank you.
Because he's a legend.
I heard you.
He's already a legend.
I heard you pulled out a few good wines with those.
Well, we just happened to find a few back in the cellar. We're going to open them up. We're going to see what goes good with what. We are going to have a party now. So, folks, I want to thank Drew from the bottom of my heart. My friend, thank you.
I hope to see you back in the Big Apple one of these days.
Well, maybe one of these days.
And I promise I'm going to be here in Monterey.
Anytime.
I'm trying that squid restaurant.
You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, folks.
Thanks very much.